The Insiders Roundtable looks a lot like it did yesterday, but I promise the information is new. Jon Morosi joined by Joel Sherman, Jon Heyman, Mark Feinsand. You will notice, longtime viewers of the network will realize we have not had massive news yet today, yet being the operative word. Mark Feinsand, why is that?
I don't want to blame any one particular player, agent, executive team. Kyle Schwarber's holding up some of this market. There are teams that are in on Schwarber that if they don't get him, they're going to pivot, maybe Pete Alonso. There are teams that are in on Schwarber that if they don't get him, well, that's money they have to spend that they will not have to spend if they were to get him. So I think Schwarber is one of the first dominoes that needs to fall to open up some of the market. I'm not sure it's holding up the pitching market. Maybe my friends here have an idea about that one, but I think Schwarber is certainly one of the factors that's having this deliberate pace.
Yeah, I don't want to blame anyone, and I'm not going to blame anyone. I actually think it's because we've had such big deals, such good deals for the players so far that teams are kind of hesitant to repeat that, and agents are hesitant to try to match it or unable to try to match it. Devin Williams, $51 million, hit a 4.79 ERA. Dylan Cease, $210 million, he had a 4.56 ERA. Raisel Iglesias, $16 million. He gave up 15 home runs. I mean, on and on and on. We've seen a lot of pitchers, 3 pitchers with ERAs over 4, get huge bucks. And I think the agents want to try to match it and are unable to do it. And the teams are saying, wait, I don't want to go near that.
And I think that leads to another one, because I agree with Jon. I still think there's a lot of trade talk that's unresolved right now. David Stern met reporters and said something out loud that has kind of been talked about a lot, which is that he said there's more trade chatter at a higher level than maybe any other time, and also a lot of need major league trades. Like, I got an extra third baseman, you got an extra outfielder. And since that doesn't cost big money, he kind of did that already, right? Simeon for Nimmo was a version of that, and he said it wasn't just the Mets. He felt that was going on in the industry. I actually think this is a thing where a lot of people are right. I do think Schwarber's the key free agent. I think the money matters, and I think there's trades that are unresolved.
More than 20 trades, Joel, already this offseason, to your point. Maybe a few more to go, but I tend to agree. There will become that pivot point where we shift more from trades to free agency. Perhaps that will come this week, and perhaps Pete Alonso will be one of the names. Jon, what's the latest on Pete Alonso being here in person in Orlando?
Right, as the New York Post Mike Puma reported, Pete Alonso is on his way here. We believe tomorrow. I don't know, some rumors here already. I haven't seen him, but it's a big place. We think he's coming tomorrow to meet with Baltimore and Boston, and you're going to ask me, why is he doing that? Well, I'm going to be naive and just say the obvious, that he wants to get to know the people with Baltimore and Boston better, and there may be other teams as well, but those are the only 2 teams that I could actually confirm that he is actually meeting with. He's not meeting with the Mets, it appears, but I think that's because they know each other. I don't think we need to read anything negative into that, but I do need to see, I would say it is positive. He is coming to see Baltimore and Boston. You mentioned Boston, I believe, yesterday, and they certainly are in, and they want a right-handed bat. There are several out there, so it'll be interesting to see what it comes down to, or whether they go for a big left-handed bat, Schwarber, although I think he's going back to Philly eventually. But I'm naive. I think he's coming to meet because he wants to learn what Baltimore and Boston are about.
I agree with that. He isn't meeting with the Mets. David Stern said what you said, which is we know him, he knows us. So he's got to find out about others. Right-hand power is very, very hard to find. If you eliminate Aaron Judge, this is the most consistent right-hand power in the sport, and you could see why teams would want to be interested in it.
You know, I think it's interesting. The winter meetings is a good place for free agents to come to meet with teams because they can sit down with the manager without having to go to the city to go meet with somebody. He can come here. Pete lives about an hour and change away. Come here, he can meet with the GMs, he can meet with the manager, some of the coaching staff might be in town. There's plenty of people they can get to know, get a feel for the organization, how he would fit in, let them make their pitch to him. And so, you know, look, Pete's going to have some options. He's got some teams after him. He's going to do just fine. But this is be a good opportunity for him to sit down and, you know, just get the feeling out, get to know your process.
The only 2 players in baseball with more home runs than Pete Alonso since 2019. Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarber. So good company there indeed. Finally, gentlemen, around the horn, which starting pitcher are you watching most carefully right now? And could you maybe effort a prediction as to where he is going to go?
Yes, because our predictions always go over so well.
Yes, we're saving this. It'll live on our servers forever, Bob.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to say Zach Gallen. I think, you look at the top pitchers available with Framber Valdez and Ranger Suarez, Imai, Michael King. We know those guys are going to have a big market. Gallen's coming off of the worst year of his career. He did have a good stretch run down the last 2 months of the season, but I think his track record will prevail, and there are going to be a lot of teams interested in him. If I had to make a prediction that's sure to go wrong, I think the Cubs are going to be in on him and the Angels. I'm going to limit it to those two.
I should read the instructions better. I thought the question was going to be who's going to sign next, and I was going to be clever and say Suarez, because there's about how many Suarezes are out there. I thought I'd get that one right. Robert, Ranger, Eugenio, but I'm going with Imai. I believe that Imai and the Cubs are really talking about something pretty good there. I see Suarez on the board. If it's Suarez, I like Baltimore for Suarez, but right now, I didn't read the instructions correctly, but Imai to the Cubs, I like that one.
I'll go Michael King. I'm going to bounce off of something that John began with, that there's some sticker shock about years. Teams like the Mets that don't want to do a lot of years but want high-end stuff. Michael King's done it. He's already played in New York. Carlos Mendoza was the bench coach for the Yankees when he played for the Yankees. He did a Zoom call with them a couple of weeks ago. I'm not saying it's going to be the Mets. I think he's going to come back east. He's from back east. Detroit, Boston, Baltimore, and certainly the Mets are all interested.
For me, gentlemen, it's Merrill Kelly. I love the fit from Merrill Kelly with the San Francisco Giants. We've heard so much in recent days about how aggressive the Giants are in the free agent starting pitchers. Zach Gallen certainly could be a fit as well. But I look at Merrill Kelly as being the type of player who, of course, he had the trade during the midseason, no qualifying offer, which matters a lot. The Giants trying to rebuild their farm system as well, which they've done a very good job of doing. We've heard a bit about Bryce Eldridge potentially being out there in trade, which really intrigues me. Maybe that's a way of opening up a spot to pursue someone like a Kyle Schwarber. So keep that possibility in mind. If you do hear of Bryce Eldridge being out there, maybe that is an entree to Schwarber. But I really think Merrill Kelly right now is someone that's got a lot of experience all around the world. Merrill Kelly to the San Francisco Giants, and President of Baseball Operations, Buster Posey. That's my prediction there.